Babies are watching TV, so we'll see how long this will go. Until I hear the first scream, maybe we'll do it. But I got nothing to do. 3 week board game drought. It's getting troublesome. Am I done with board games? Oh, my heart acheth. But it's WrestleMania tonight. I'm going over to a buddy's house. Hey, Lance, how's it going? Yeah. So, hello, Games Freak. Hello. Yeah. So I just thought I'd do a little stream because I have the time and I'm bored. I need to clean up a little bit, but not too much. Like cleaning up mop a little bit of the kitchen floor, vacuum in three rooms, and clean up in one room just a little bit. So tidy up. That's maybe 15 minutes of work. It's not too hard. So everything else is looking A-okay around the house. I'm tired of cleaning up too. Let's see. Man, nothing. Yeah, I hate that WrestleMania is a 2-day event now too. But I do enjoy going over and seeing my friends. One of my friends is sick. Couldn't make it. Really excited to see him this today. I think the original plan was him to come over here and us to play. He played games last time, and I was excited for that fact. But it didn't happen. So that was my only hope for playing games this week. So again, a big goose egg for week 3 in a row. Here, I'll show this. Recently watched one of your earliest videos where you're at the release of the Harry Potter and Deathly Shadow. Yeah, when it came out. How was that? I wish I attended one of those. Well, it was magnetic. CJ knew about it, my buddy in the video. He said, hey, we should totally go to this. I'm like, okay. And we did. Now there's one scene in the video where I get to, it's a stick. It's this wand, but it's a stick. Let me see. And I do this. And I don't know in the video, but I pause for just a minute and then hand it back. It's just a slight body. I go, here you go. And that 1/2 second, I thought about breaking the stick in half and handing it back to him. Now later, I was going to buy him one of the authentic, replica Harry Potter at Books A Million. I was going to buy him that, okay? But his mom was right off camera. And is it going to end already? Already? Hold on. Babies, come here. Man, we cannot go 3 minutes without fighting and screaming. 3 minutes. Just broke them up. 3 minutes. Here, lay down here. Or play here. This is going to be the shortest stream in the world. Anyway, I snapped it in half. I wanted to snap it in half, but didn't. But for the 1/2 second, what's wrong, Bubba? Oh, boy. See, this is every Saturday, all day. Sissies are downstairs watching TV. There's more fighting going on. Let's see. Rhodes and John Cena is Apollo from Sting. Yeah. No, but those were midnight book releases at Books A Million. And that was the last Harry Potter book. And that was huge. And people would never do that. Midnight book releases. There's never been anything like that before. Hey, Jamie. Jamie put out another review video. I was happy to see his game shelf looks amazing. Jamie gets to play games more than me. Everyone gets to play games more than me. So, yeah. Hold on. Yeah, if Sword of the Jedi came out. Maybe. So, yeah, put on your cowboy hat. You want to put on a hat? Go in Sissy's room, get a hat. You can get a hat too. You're looking for Cena to win the title back to Rhodes. Rhodes won it last WrestleMania. Cena's retiring, right? So, but I don't know. I really do. Usually at WrestleMania, you can kind of guess what's happening. But in this case, I don't know what they do. Let's see. What is it? You met Sam Whitaker. Yeah, she is growing up pretty fast, Jamie. They both are. You know, I got the two youngest girls are now going to be 6 next week. So that's kind of crazy too. Oh my goodness. Yeah. After stopping fighting them. Yeah, now they're here. All right, you met Sam Whitaker, James Rolfe. Yeah, I've heard of James Rolfe, Angry Video Game Nerd. I've seen a few of his stuff. He's pretty funny. They're making it canon where Maul trains Darth Talon. Oh, well. I mean, it's new canon. What are you going to do? I don't really know. Yeah, do you want to play with Bubba and get out of my lap? No? Hey, look, there's your Care Bear right there. See the Care Bear? The pink one with the rainbow? That's your Care Bear. Well, Bubba, it's on the other side over there. Go. You can put him in a chair and sit with him at the table. See, he's right there, the pink one. Anyway, you all so excited to see John Jackson Miller, Fan Fusion. Oh, really? Okay, nice. Vincent, oh, wow. Yeah. We used to go to Comic Cons all the time, and we stopped. And my wife's like, can we go back? Not with 4 kids. No. Nightmare scenario? No. They'd be crying before we got down the first aisle. It'd be awful. It's like when she wants to go out to eat. She's like, you want to go out to eat? Sure. I said, I'll see if I can get mom to watch the kids or something. She's like, no, I thought we'd bring the kids. No, I'm good. Unless it's McDonald's where there's a playground. And then I don't want anything to eat there. But no, I even made a list of places I haven't been in forever or things I haven't had in forever that I want to try out. We had a Golden Corral open up about a decade ago, maybe. How old's my niece? I think she's 10, so probably 11. I don't know, but probably over a decade ago. We went. That was the only time I've ever been. It's still there. It's still rocking. Not as much, it's not as full. It used to be packed all the time. Now it's not as packed. I'm thinking, well, I wonder. Do you brave the buffet? Why'd they change it from the Phoenix Comic Con due to a lawsuit? That sounds weird. Anyway, what was the other things I said I wanted? Oh, Arby's is making hamburgers now. I am so out of the loop. I didn't even know this. Has anyone had one? Are they good? I kind of want to try them. That's high up on the list. I won't lie. I like Arby's and I like hamburgers, but I don't know how that would be. Tostino's Pizza, the Supreme. I used to eat those all back in the day. And maybe I think I ate them when it was just me and my wife and no kids. I do not think I've had one. I have not eaten one since the kids have been born. But I used to fold it in half like a taco and eat it. And of course, the toppings would come, cheese and toppings come dripping out the other side. And at the end, I get a spoon and eat up the rest. I know that sounds disgusting, but I kind of want one of those again. It's been forever. Now, hold on. Let me catch it with these. Did I play D&D? No, I didn't. But I'll tell you what, when the kids got to age about another 10 years or so, or, where they're self-sufficient at least. And I want to play the D&D Star Wars. There's a game master I know who's played through the West End games. He's always wanted to look at I have all the stuff. And he's like, man, I would have died for this stuff back in the 90s. Because when he saw my collection, he was like, what do you have here? So eventually, I hope to play through them all. Now, that's years away because the kids got to be older. Because right now, my wife cannot watch 4 kids on her own. It's impossible. I can, but I can't do anything else while doing it. Like, this stream is on the precipice of ending. The next fight they get into, which could be anytime. Hey, Bubba, I want you to pick all that up. Pick all of it up. Yes, sir. So I haven't played it yet. Arby's hamburgers are good. No, they made roast beef sandwiches, which are always good. Now, D20 is the West End Games, right? Not West End Games. Wizards of the Coast. D6 is, I don't know. I'll be honest. It's not the game strategy I never read. But I heard the Fantasy Flight stuff was good. But I heard the Wizard of the Coast was horrible. But I don't know. I'll play them all. Yeah, they're just, it's insane. It's insane. They're animals. Anyway, what was the other thing? Okay, my nephew told me he loves Hunt's Brothers Pizza, which is gas station pizza. I was like, he said that's his top 3 pizzas in the world. I was like, top 3? Top 3? He's like, dude, it's excellent. Okay, when I was in college, well, slightly out of college, Josh won't come on here, but it was when my friend Josh was my roommate. So I had to be, I was out of college. My brothers were in college and this guy had just graduated. So I was probably 24, maybe. That's the last time I had Hunt's Pizza because there's a gas station around the corner and we just pick it up there. And I remember loving it, but I haven't had it since. So for him, I'm going to try nasty Hunt Brothers gas station pizza. There's an A1 burger at a local burger shop here. A1. I love A1. And it has it's like I designed this burger. It has sauteed mushrooms and grilled onions and everything. That's everything I like on a burger. Like it has everything that I usually put at my Five Guys burger on their burger, and A1's dripping in A1 sauce. An A1 burger. Yeah, you got me. I'll try it. I hear Chili's has, turned it around. Chili's was not, again, it has been well over a decade, possibly 15 years since I've been inside of a Chili's. That's not true. It's probably 12 years, 12, 13 years. It can't be 15. Maybe. I don't know. I remember I was friends with there were these people who did on the local TV station. They were the morning broadcasters, and weird. I don't know how. My buddy was friends with them. He brought them over to a game night. They started being part of my board game group. These morning people. Now they'd come on Saturdays because they couldn't do any other day. And I would watch them when I was exercising in the morning. So I talked to them about their latest things. In fact, Tyler, I still spoke to years later, up until just a couple of years ago, until he moved. He moved in 2019, I want to say. But even though they weren't coming over, and both he and the other girl moved away, and there was a friend they had, and now she's the morning host of the morning show, local CBS ABC affiliate. And she came over like every blue moon. And I'll see her and say hello. I don't think she remembers me because we weren't as good friends as the previous ones. But I just thought that was kind of weird that these morning show hosts. And the thing is, the first time they came, I knew I'd seen them somewhere before. But I couldn't imagine because they weren't dressed in their suit and dress and whatnot, all dressed up. They were just wearing t-shirt, jeans, whatever. And I thought, man, they look familiar. And I told my buddy, I said, hey, that couple looks so familiar. He went, yeah, have you seen CBS in the morning or whatever, the local station? I went, yeah. I went, oh, that's them. But the whole time I kept looking at Tyler going, dude looks so familiar. And looking at, I forgot her name right now. But anyway, yeah, morning show host. But that was probably because they went out to Chili's and invited me. And I went out to I don't remember what it was for. Oh, I think she was going away. It was her going away party. It was her going, and she wanted to go to Chili's. I don't like Chili's, but I hear they turned it around. So we'll see. Chili's is on the list here. Oh, an omelet from IHOP. IHOP is literally, it's a block down the road here, or 2 blocks down the road. I could walk. I haven't been to IHOP 11 years, maybe. Hold on. I can almost to the date figure it out. 11 years. I think it's been 11 years since I've been in IHOP, if I'm not mistaken. 2014. Yeah. It'd have been 2014. So 11 years. I always used to get the omelet, the Denver omelet. I remember. I haven't been since. I don't know why. I just haven't. Freddy's ice cream, whatever place has a prime rib burger. May check that out. Yes, I made this list recently. Gas station food is underrated, Lance. That's what my nephews say. Like they love my other nephew loves the meatloaf Mondays at Super One, a grocery store. He goes to grocery store delis, and then they do a TSO chicken on Wednesday, and he goes there every time for lunch. Mondays and Wednesdays, that's where he's at, Super One. And I hear it at night, he just makes eggs because he's living on his own now. He's got to squeeze that budget. But and then I heard a gas station, a 76 gas station near my mom and dad's house has the best food, the best deli. QT has good pizza. I don't know if we have a QT here. We might. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know if we have one. They have Circle K. There's a old Chinese place I thought was closed. I thought they shut down during the They did shut down during the pandemic, but I never thought they opened back up. I never see cars there. Now I don't go out for lunch that much. Hold on just a moment. Our second fight. What are we? 12 minutes without a fight. That's got to be a record. 12 minutes. That's why we don't do streams with them on here. They don't have a Hungry Howie's either. I know what you're talking about. They have it was called Peking. It's a Chinese food place, and I heard they're open. Okay, so now I'll be right back. Right back. This is why we don't do streams like this. And I got 3 other people on my stream, and I wasn't doing anything. Someone found scissors. Someone left scissors. Either my wife, who does little arts and crafts in her little room, or one of the girls left the scissors down. So he's so sad he can't have scissors. I wonder why. Anyway, so I didn't even know that that Chinese place was still open, and someone told me it was. I never go out for lunch when I'm at work, so maybe that's when they're busy. But I swear, every time I go by, there's not a single car there. Hello, Quentin. Vanda's is a little hometown little burger shop, which supposedly everyone knows about but me, and it's right down the road from me, so I'll try that out. There's a catfish place. All these are local places. There's a place called Cormier's. They're only open. They close end of September, and they don't open till like March 1st. They take like 4 months off. But they have something called a pig sandwich. It's a ham, shredded pork, and it's so good. And I never think about it. My dad reminded me of it, so I had to get it there. And then Sonic Smash Burger. Really love the Sonic Smash Burger. Yeah. Hello. Hey, Brady, I don't have your contact info because you never invite me on your show. I'm kidding, Brady. But you and Scott had a very good discussion about the EU and Canon and George Lucas comparing to it. It was really good. In fact, when I see something that good, that was going to be a future topic for a more civilized age. I'm not going to do it anymore because you said it all. It's a really good video. I really enjoyed that live stream. I was watching it, but I was watching it at the beginning 2 times, trying to catch up to the live. And I swear, once they got live, y'all were saying goodbye, good night. I was like, shut up. So I just missed it, but it was a good stream. Alora, how are you? Always good to see you. Good. I hope you're having a great weekend. Hope everyone's having a great Easter weekend. I love it. Oh, no, you just reminded me. I was just talking to Jeremy from Stupid Chainsaw Productions, and he's reading. Oh, this is you. Oh, I didn't know who was sending me these pictures. Okay. Well, there you go. Hold on. Let me add your. I know who this was. Someone just started randomly sending me pictures. I'm like, okay, I don't know. That's how old I am. There, I'll save you in there. There you go. So I'm guessing someone gave away my secret identity, my secret phone number there. Anyway, yeah. And he was we were talking about it. I forgot to respond back to him on that because we were changing topics. But he thought that Kathy Tyers, We Don't Do Weddings, is fantastic. He said, "You're right. It's so good." I said, "I know." She never gets talked about as one of the greatest. And I think out of female writers, she's probably the best. Kathy Tyers. I like Kristen Catherine Rush, of course. I'm not a what's her face fan. I like Barbara Hamley. Who was the other girl that I was going to mention that I like? Oh, AC Crispin. She did great. It was great stuff there. So, but she was actually Kathy Tyers really zigged when everyone else would have zagged, or she zagged when everyone else was zigged. Because Truce at Bakura should have been, right? Another Empire versus the Rebellion. It's perfect. It makes sense. No, she said, let me spin this around. Let me put them in a situation where they have to work together. But it would have been a slam dunk because you could have made that story, and they're fighting the rest of the Empire fleet right after Return of the Jedi. No, she said, let's change the situation. It's not rebels versus Empire. It's them banding together against an alien threat. That's a very bold move. And all of her short stories, I think, are so unique. She did one for either the Insider or the Gamer about musicians working for the Rebel Alliance, but they're going from planet to planet playing music, but the music has codes that someone who came to the concert would decode and understand what's going on in the Rebel Alliance. That was really good. And she got that from a World War II story. I think like True Spies were doing that. So, yeah. A lot of and they have the audacity claim. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. As DLF has the audacity claim they're empowering women. Yeah, there's a lot of good. Papa, stop. Goodness gracious. There's a lot of Christy Golden. I thought Christy Golden was okay. I thought she was it's sad because when she's squeezed between two excellent authors, you can tell when it's a Christy Golden story. Does that make sense? I don't know. It makes sense to me. But anyway, what else was there? But AC Crispin did a great job. Vonda M. McIntyre, goodness gracious. I get it. She was a Star Trek author, and they thought it would transfer over well, and she didn't. So there's been some stinkers too. But overall, I think, but Kathy Tyers is the one I'd love to meet first, and then Kristen Catherine Rush. And of course, she's passed away now, but Ann Crispin was just excellent. And according to Kevin J. Anderson, because they were doing a memorial time for Stackpole just passed away, but AC Crispin also passed away that same year. So they tagged in AC Crispin, but no one really knew her but Kevin J. Anderson. So it was at DragonCon, I think, and I attended. And he told a great story about Ann Crispin going, she was kind of shaking. She went, if I do not write this Han Solo book correctly, Star Wars fans are going to kill me. So she wanted to honor the legacy of Han Solo, and she really, really reached out and got pointers, was open to suggestions, because even though she was a big Star Trek writer, she knew Star Wars was different. Vonda M. McIntyre, and I don't know if Kevin J. Anderson was telling me something when he said this, he went, she didn't want anyone's help. She said, no, thank you, I got it. He said, but Anne was so gracious and so excited. She was excited and nervous for this. She wanted to be good. And I'll be honest, it rivals Brian Daley's Han Solo books. I love Brian Daley's Han Solo books. I give them the win just by a little bit, but AC Crispin nailed it. Unbelievable. We love Han and Leia. That's who we love. That's our super match. However, and this is why she should be going to bed. However, Han and Bria, I don't know how you pronounce it. I've never heard the audio. You cheer for them. You're hoping they get together, even though you know that he's already with Leia. It's brilliant. It's brilliant how someone does it, and that she flawlessly tied in everything from his backstory. I mean, from Marvel comic books to the Dark Horse to whatever other mentions he's had in the previous series. She ties it all together, and nothing seems forced. Nothing seems forced. It was an unbelievable feat. I underappreciated when I first read it. So fantastic. Do I think Denon Austin carried Fate of the Jedi? Well, I think their books were the big ones. I felt like Christie Golden was kind of surfing off the wave. Like, it was good. Those books were good, but were they great? Like, I mean, there were some good moments in them, but I always felt like, there was a bump in the road whenever it came to her. Bubba, you got to stop moving around. Can you lay down on that couch for me, please? Killing me. Do I think Legacy of the Force is overhated instead of overrated? That's hilarious. Do people really hate it that much? I didn't know. I think it's excellent. I think possibly second only to New Jedi Order. I think it's really good. In fact, that ending, Invincible, is excellent. It's an excellent novel from start to finish. There's a lot of good stuff in that book. Even, what's her face? And I've already forgotten her name. Who's the one I don't like? Karen Travis. Goodness gracious. So, yeah. Really? They talk crap about it? I didn't know this. No, I think the series is fine. I think it has a lot of great moments. I mean, this is where Pellaeon dies in the best way possible. He knows he's going to die. And like like the bird tapping on the window, that's the death sign for him. He knows the end is near. I love it. I love it. He's 90 something at this time, but he dies honorably and outwits everyone in the end, right? By openly recording his fate because he knew something was going to happen. Lots of other good scenes in that too. Of course, Jane and Jason's final battle, I enjoyed. It's not a spoiler, but the death of Mara Jade, I think it was done well. There's a lot of stuff in there that I just thought was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. They call it the Denningverse. Well, I'll be honest. A lot of people back in the day didn't like New Jedi Order. They thought it was too dark. And once Anakin died, they were done. Like, they'd stop reading from that point and would not read any of the canon from then on out. They read prequels and other stuff, but they refused to read the other stuff. And that other stuff, I think Del Rey was perfecting the craft there and was getting better and better. See, this one's out like that. Or going to bed. But anyway, yeah, they're super tired right now, but refuse to take a nap. Howdy, 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 everyone. Yeah, Pellaeon did work for Thrawn, so he learned some tricks. But Pellaeon, in a way, eclipsed Thrawn in greatness. In my opinion, he learned from Thrawn's mistake. He learned Thrawn's strengths and avoided his mistakes, his shortcomings. And at the end, he did a really, really excellent job. Really excellent job, I feel. Goodness gracious, she's about to fall off. I can't catch her. I can't hold her anymore. Hold on just a moment. Do you want to lay down in your bed? You mean lay you down in your bed? Yes? Yes, you said yes? No? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Big Cad Bane star. What show is that from? I know that's not from the old EU. I know he made an appearance in some show. I just don't know what. My buddy loved it because he made an appearance in that show, whatever show that is. I don't know the new canon that well. But thank you. Good. I like Tales of the Republic. I wish they would have made more Tales books. Shadowhunter's excellent. Book of Boba Fett. Okay, thank you. Top 5 underrated ones that people don't talk about that much that are really good. Let me see. What are some? Anyone got suggestions? It's a good question, but like underrated mean that hold on. She's falling out of my lap. Let me lay her down and I'll look at my shelf. 1 second. Ooh. Okay. Laid her down. Now she's crying her eyes out. That's wonderful. Wonderful. The big girls are asleep, which is why they're not fighting anymore. All right, here we go. Sorry. Don't. That's one I'm gonna have to think about because I'll say something. People go, "Well, I love that one." Yeah, but it's underrated. A lot of people don't. I think Greg Keys isn't. Well, everyone loves those. I don't know. I don't know what's underrated. I don't know. I heard someone tear apart Dave Wolverton's Courtship of Princess Leia. I thought was pretty good. That's a tough question because someone's going to love that one. We talk about all these good books. Yoda Doc Rendezvous doesn't get as much love. A lot of people love it now, but there's not as much talk about that as being one of the greatest ones. I don't know. I'm just kind of running through my head in chronological order. Which ones are they? In another fight already. I cannot believe this. Anyway, Mrs. doesn't get back till later on this evening. My brother, my boy just went in there. I said, "Hey, lay down with her." And he went in there and woke her up. Now they're fighting. Of course. I'll have to think about that. I really don't know. I mean, it's not. I mean, every time you think about something, they're good. Then you get the mediocres. Not many people talk about the Obi-Wan book. It's good. Everyone knows it. See what I mean? But no one really talks about that one that much. I don't know. Good question, though. Yeah, but this is exactly why I don't do streams on Saturdays, because it's just like this all day long, and I'm trying to clean up. But I'm tired of cleaning up. I'm so bored. I'm so bummed. No game night. No nothing till tonight. But what was at least one EU novel that you considered a chore to read? That is The Approaching Storm and Jedi Trial. Those were slogs. Those were terrible, terrible books. Dawn of the Jedi. It's probably in my worst books. Those were. He's also gathered a bunch of official EU audiobooks. Oh, nice. Yeah, 3PO's song for Han Solo, really good. Okay. Meg's great. The only reason Meg isn't doing videos right now, if you've seen a More Civilized Age, which I'm sure you have since Ryan turned you onto the channel, is she's been doing a lot of theater. In fact, I forgot. I need to ask her. I'm positive she's still in theater, but that's why we have to push it. Usually more civilized age. You guys don't know this because we never went live. But we do it at 9 o'clock my time. We're having to push it 10 o'clock my time because that's 11 o'clock her time. But she gets in, showers, eats, and then does our stream. And she said we don't have to, but I feel like I got to have Meg in it. I love having Meg in it. To give Meg more to talk about. We talked about the new canon for 2 streams and had a great time doing that. I know there's a few people. I know Chris Nelson jokingly made a comment about another stream about new canon. I told Meg, I said, don't worry about it. I don't think he knows it was your idea. And I think he was joking about it, but we love Meg. In fact, during one of those, I can't remember which one, when she said, I don't think Acolyte's that bad. I'm willing to, and this is when it just came out. She went, I'm willing to give it a shot. And after it's over, Ryan went, they're going to kill you in these comments. So we started laughing about it. I was like, can't believe you said that. That's fine. Do it. And of course, no one was really that bad. In fact, Krista even mentioned that. She mentioned that. He was just saying that another stream about new canon, I get it. I don't want to hear about new canon, but that Meg, what would Meg do to turn around, our thoughts on their thoughts on the new canon and what they would have done differently. Maybe if it had been in the EU was what the stream was supposed to be about. It kind of got off the rails, and that's fine. I'm just glad that she had a good time and we had a good time doing it. Now I found another one of these cards. I don't know where it went, so I'm gonna put it there. Let's see. Star Wars Meg is Meg Reviews. She has a great channel. She reviews very thoroughly a bunch of Star Wars books. But look at Star Wars Meg Reviews, and you'll see her. She's on a more civilized age. She's fantastic. Very nice. The reason she's on there is purposeful, because I wanted to have this on what was it? Lost my train of thought. Oh, she likes Star Wars, the new and the old canon. So a few people don't like the new canon, and that's fine. I'm not a fan of the new canon, but I don't care either way. But a lot of people are like, no, if you like the new canon, you're a traitor. You're a traitor. I don't believe that. So Meg's on there. Ryan's on there because a lot of people don't like Ryan outside of Star Wars. Inside of Star Wars, if you see him and if you meet him in person, he's a nice guy. But a lot of people hate him because it's Ryan. But the thing is, though, he was part of the Fandom Menace, which is originally why, which is not around anymore. But that's originally because we're supposed to hate Fandom Menacers. I don't support or wave a flag for Fandom Menace. All right, that wasn't my battle to begin with. But I definitely wanted Ryan on to show, hey, we can talk to anyone despite our differences. They're in the bathroom. Hold on just a moment. Are we timing these differences here? Was it like 7 minutes since the last fight? Unbelievable. Anyway, let's see. I don't know anything about people wishing the death of Roman Reigns for voting for Trump. I've never heard. I don't keep up with wrestling that much. That's funny, favorite duology? Does Greg Keyes' duology count? Maybe that's it. I'm trying to think what other duologies are there. MedStar. I love MedStar. MedStar would probably be it. Oh man, Dirge is great. Yeah, Meg reviews is also good. Yeah, I've done theater here and there. I did a dinner theater not too long ago. It was the first time in like 7 years I'd been on stage or in a theater play. It was fun. I know they want to do another one. Just don't want to. They're fun, but they're time consuming. And it's hard to find babysitters watching the kids every night. It was just really hard. And my wife loves theater, so I let her do it. And I sit at home all day, every night with the kids, 5 nights a week, and all day on Saturdays. That's how it's been forever, since the dawn of time. It feels like. But but next year, my wife is now kind of she's the biggest director in the area, and people are she's picking the show now. The theater's not going to pick the show anymore. They're letting her pick. And so she got to pick the show she wanted to do, and she picked one that she knew I wanted to do. So I'll probably come back for that. Now, I auditioned for the lead and got it right before the pandemic. But now that she's I hope she casts someone else as the lead. I'm happy to I'll audition for the lead. But if someone else gets it, that's fine. It's for a young man. Not me, right? But I'll try it. I'll try anything. But if I just get ensemble, I'll be happy. But I do want to be a part of that show. I do think it's big. But anyway, more fighting. How long has it been? 2 minutes since the last fight. I haven't read Holland's Fright Night comic. It ignores the events of the second one, right? And I kind of like the second one. Whoops, I guess I did read it. How would I know that? Maybe I did read it. How would I have read that? Bruce. I probably read it through Bruce. I can't remember, but I didn't like it because it doesn't reference the I know it's the original creator's vision, right? Because he got the rights back. But really? What, just a paperback's hard to get? That's nuts. That's hard. I wish there was Star Wars, someone did some Star Wars Insider shorts. They did 2 volumes. It came with new canon stories too. And they just took like the big authors, they just took their short stories and band them together. So you can probably find those maybe. Those came out a few years ago. But a collection would be very hard. There used to be a website, everyone knows this, Hungry Ewok. In fact, one of the inside jokes on Matt's Expanding Universe was I point at Yub Nub and go, he's run Hungry Ewok. And basically that was to tell you the stories are on Hungry Ewok. But now that site's been shut down, of course, because it had all the Star Wars stuff on there. It was a nice place to get all your stuff there. I had 3 inside jokes or inside Easter eggs. One is I've had, everyone knows this now, I've had what was it? Light Cider has been on my shelf since the very beginning. I had that from when I started the series. You can see it right there in the videos. Not in the first few videos, but the videos I turned the camera onto the bookshelf. You can see it right there the whole time. And then on one video, you don't know what it is, but to the side, I actually accidentally captured the full. Noah went through my videos and found where I'd accidentally shown Light Cider. I showed the book, I had it turned down so you couldn't see the spine. Well, I did a video standing up talking to the camera, and my board game shelf was kind of, my bookshelf was kind of catty cornered, and you could see it poke out, and it said it had the Light Cider thing and everything. I didn't even know. I would not have posted that because I was told not to reveal that until they revealed it themselves. And the third thing is, if I ever mispronounce something, the first time it was done by accident, But the moment someone commented on it, I did it on purpose every time after that. And Dylan was like, "Why do you do that?" I said, "Because I think it's funny." You know, and some of them, I literally said it like that. But if I called, see now that the problem is though, whenever I say their name, I get it mixed up now with the other name. I can't remember which one I do. But either way, when someone, the first time it was done it was a complete accident, you know, and then someone commented. So I just doubled down and kept doing it. Dylan just shook his head. Brian, I told Brian too. Brian, the twin sons knew I was doing it. Yeah, MedStar Duology is excellent. Excellent. I am not near Tampa. I had a chance to fly out there once, Bill, for work, and it was either there or Phoenix, they told me. And I went Phoenix. And because I'd never been to Arizona and I'd been to Florida several times, and I have never and will never get to go to Tampa again. That was a one-time only offer, it turned out. And now I regret it because I've been to Phoenix several, and I love Phoenix. And I always could have gone back to Phoenix, but I thought, wow, Phoenix. What's in Phoenix? Let's go there. Let's go west, young man. Go west, you know. And didn't get to go to Tampa. Been to Orlando a few times, but never Tampa. Yeah, reading most of the Bantam era for New Jedi Order probably works best. Oh, no, Crew. Black Fleet Crisis is so good, and so is the Corellian trilogy. Patience, young Crew. I would definitely read those. I do love those trilogies. I think Black Fleet Crisis, there you go. I think 2 of those are underrated. Corellian trilogy is really done well, and you're going to miss out something. You're going to miss out in a plot line if you skip the Corellian trilogy in New Jedi Order. And Black Fleet Crisis, you're not going to miss anything from New Jedi Order, I don't think. But Black Fleet Crisis is the best. What's it called? Lando story. Sorry. They're back. Both up. Great. Day is ruined. Callistia's trilogy. Yeah. The first Barbara Hamley one I enjoyed. Darksaber is Kevin G. Anderson's best. And Planet of Twilight. Good luck. Little weird. Won't lie. Well, it just depends. I did something on the website, which is now defunct, about good starting places. I believe if it's children's books, it's got to be Jedi Apprentice. Jude Watson's Jedi Apprentice is excellent. Excellent. Beats a lot of the novels. Of course, if you're looking at the main trilogy, you got to go with Thrawn, the original Thrawn trilogy. If you're more Old Republic person, you need to start with the Bane trilogy. If you are a prequel lover, you got to start with Darth Plagueis, right? Those are a lot of good starting places. And if you're a comic book fan, it depends. If you're original trilogy fan, Dark Empire. If you're a Old Republic fan, Knights of the Old Republic is unbelievably good. Unbelievably good. As a prequel fan, which comic book should you start with? I don't know. Republic had some good stuff going on in the prequel series. I'm sorry, Cross. I just saw this. You managed to finish Clone Wars multimedia project just before we release it. Your EU reread videos helped me get everything. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. A Clone Wars multimedia project. Wow. That's excellent. Excellent. Yeah. For rewatch, everyone's happy. I'm going into Tartovsky's Clone Wars. And yeah, I had to do volumes 1 and 2 because they're just so short, but they're longer reviews. And I love them, obviously. And then from there, what next, Matt? Well, the Droids and Ewoks comic books, of course. We'll be doing that all summer long. And then by end of September, I'll be done with everything because I'll be reviewing, after the Ewoks cartoons, Ewoks movies, holiday special, and I'm probably going to jump right in to the RPG material and do a case-by-case study of those. And then after the RPG material, which is going to take probably another year or so to go through, someone did convince me, and I will start watching I never played the video games. That is my weak spot, is the video games. I really don't, what's the word? I really don't, I don't get into the video games. Even when I was playing video games, Star Wars and video games never mixed. Star Wars and board games rarely mix for me. Just because it says Star Wars on doesn't mean I'm going to buy it. And I don't know why that is, but I always kept my hobbies apart, I guess. But I am going to watch the story mode of some of these video games and maybe get my thoughts there. Okay, that's 2 years away. And then I need someone to put together a list and maybe a playlist of videos for me to watch too. I don't have to worry about that for another year. But probably in 2026, 2027. Yeah, we're talking years. There's tons of the expanded universe to review on the channel. But I don't want to do it now. I want to get back to reading, and reading the RPGs would be nice. And then after that, I got a bunch of miscellaneous binder stuff, printout stuff I'd like to kind of talk about. And that's more obscure EU stuff. And so I'll probably do videos on that. So we're pretty good for the next 2 years on videos and video ideas and what we're going to be doing. I would love, Games Freak, are you from Phoenix? Do I know you? Am I going to go see episode 3? Yes, possibly. Yeah, I am trying desperately to get back to Phoenix. I even conspired with the site lead at the spot that I work for over in Phoenix. That site lead, I have his number. And during a mutual meeting, I texted him. I said, hey, tell my boss you want me to come to Phoenix, and see what she says. And like all the color drained down my boss's face, because they do not want me traveling at all. At all. In fact, I think I'm grounded for life. Everyone else is traveling but me. And they just don't want me traveling. And so when he requested me, because they needed help, she's like, I'm sorry, we can't, right now, we don't have the capacity. We can't. He's like, okay. And then I felt bad, and I told my boss, I said, I'm sorry. I told him to say that. But I'm desperately trying to get back. Fly anywhere, but definitely Phoenix. Like, I just renewed my passport. They're going to give me my real ID, but I don't want to go by the DMV and wait for hours on end just to get the stupid sticker or little star on my ID to fly. Plus, I was going to renew my passport anyway. Holy crow, $135 to renew it. There's no way that costs, I think it cost $50. I did it 10 years ago. $50, I want to say it cost. But man, to take the picture cost $18 and something cents. And then it was $114 or $112 to renew my passport. And then I had to pay for postage because you have to mail it all in. They don't do digital documents. So stupid. But I got the passport renewed so I can fly with the passport at least. Plus, I just want it. Now, am I going out of the country anytime soon? No, but I do love cruises. My wife hates them. I do love them. And I know a buddy of mine, we went on a great cruise one time. And when the kids get just a few years older, 1 or 2 years older, I do want to ask him, hey, do all the guys from that original, well, one guy can't. He's in jail. He's going to jail for a long time. And if he got out of jail, no one wants to hang out with him anyway. But the original 3 could go on a cruise. Actually, I forgot about that. So it'd be the original 3 of us going on the cruise together again. I thought about this last year. I thought, man, that'd be perfect. That'd be perfect if we all went on that cruise again. But my wife gets seasick quick. So unless it's Disney Cruise, she's not going. Do I think Bret Hart looks like Meryl Streep nowadays? I don't know. I haven't seen him lately. Oh. Hey, I'm done. Stig, I finished last night. 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago, I finished it. I'm done. No, last night. Dang it. When was it? I finished just recently, and I meant to email you today, but yes, I just finished it. If you're done, let's plan to talk about it. Darksaber is, but I don't know if it's underrated. Young Jay Knights is good, Brandon. I agree with you. Dark greetings, Nazo. Reading through the Ninja Order. That's awesome. Yeah. Brady, I may get you to help me out with that a year from now or whatever, if we're still friends. Yeah, I know it's a lot. So, but I do. I think it was Brian who originally, Brian Borg from Twin Sons, who came up with the idea. I was like, because I said, I don't want to play video games. I don't want to play video games. I don't have time for that. He went, okay. He said, well, just watch the movie. I said, okay, watch the story mode. It's on YouTube. Yeah, maybe. And I know it's a lot of hours. Everything will be, especially all the Old Republic stuff. Wait, is that what you're saying? Yeah. But I'll watch it. But I just don't want to watch. I'm doing rewatch right now. I don't want to jump from there to watching something else, video games. So I want to get back into reading, and that's why we're doing the RPGs next. Oh, okay, Games Freak. I don't know you. Okay, I thought I did. I do know a lot of people in Phoenix, though. I had an Xbox group that I still know today. I talked to one just the other day. And then I have Brian Borg is from there, if you didn't know that. So his friends. I have my own group of friends. I got into a game group there that I still talk to today. I mean, like, I have a ton of friends over there now. And I know my way around at least Tempe, because that's where I was staying for the longest. So I love Phoenix. I could move there. It's an open invitation to transfer, but there's no family. And I got to have family out there. Got to be close to family. Yeah, I know there's a lot. But again, Soul, by the way. I know there's a lot of that stuff. And yeah, my kids are with me, Nazo. That's why it's been a disastrous stream, I think. But anyway, so I know there's a lot of stuff there. But the thing is, though, it's okay because I can take my time, right? That'll be another year of going through those videos. So I'm fine with that. Okay, so that's the one you told me to. Hold on. I promise you right now. Hold on. That I'll watch that in the meantime. Are you done with Black Sails? 1990 Treasure Island. Got it. Watch later. Saved. We'll watch that next. It will be like new EU to me. Soul, do you do streams? I see you on everyone else's stream in the comments, but I don't think I've ever seen you do an actual stream. I don't know. If so, I'll have to have you on. There's a lot of people I want to have on. I just don't get to do them that much because of goofballs who haven't slept, and they're going to be super angry this afternoon. Eventually, Lance, I'll go through the video games. Eventually. Just looking at the video story plots. Well, Steve, you go ahead and finish it, and I'll watch. I can't watch Treasure Island this weekend. It'll have to be later on next week. So you got to, let's say, can you finish Black Sails in a week? I don't want to rush you if you can. I'm fine waiting. I'm fine waiting for you. You were the one that introduced me to it. I think you were close to finishing. But you're right about what season 3. It kind of takes off for a bit and has a good. So I was binging. I really started getting into it. You're not a streamer. Okay. He's like Jarvis. That's funny. I'm not gonna play them. Yeah, so because someone wanted me to do the video games, I was like, dude, I'm not gonna play all those. Because I tried playing Knights of the Republic and Force Unleashed, and they were okay, but I'm not a video gamer anymore. When these babies were born, over 3 years ago, was the last time I played video games because I dusted off the old Xbox and Xbox 360 and what else I get? My Nintendo, my modded little Nintendo Mini, and just played a ton of games while they were babies. That's the last time, and I just don't play. I'm just not a video game guy anymore. Got out of video games. But anyway, let me go. They're playing nicely now, but I know they're super tired. Maybe just put them in the car. Oh, look at the girls. I'll see if the other girls have woken up. But anyway, all right, folks. Well, thank you for this. This is a lot of fun. Helps the day pass by a little bit more. I got another 4 hours before the missus comes in, so it'll be a day. Maybe we'll go to the park. Anyway, guys, have a great day. And as always, let's go Mets. Let's go Mets. It's a great game against the Cardinals last night.